Hello and welcome to another IOSF Premier League matchup. It's Matchweek 4, sorry, mistake already. And we're doing something a little bit different this time. We've got Chefs versus NG coming up, and we're going to do pre-match interview. We've got Josh that's going to come up first, so I'm going to very shortly invite him in. Let me just get hold of him on Steam, and we can get him in to speak to us. But I'm sure you'll agree this is a big game for Chefs. That they've really been the surprise. I wouldn't even say surprise, really. I mean, okay, the Bears result was quite a bit of a shock, especially for Bears. But Chefs will be looking now. If they win, they're unbeaten. They beat NG, and who's going to stop them? Like, that's what you've got to think. And they certainly look strong. I mean, that's a strong lineup that they've got out there. NG's lineup also very strong. Maybe you could say that Javit is the only one missing there that could make that team better, and maybe KM. But I think Josh has just joined us.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, Josh. Yeah, something a bit different. We're going to try and keep these short because we've got the countdown going there. But looking at what's your thoughts going into this one?
Well, I think some people were made aware that we had a last-minute dilemma in the lineup. Golo had to go to the hospital. He was having some diabetic problems, so we had to make some last-minute swaps. It might change the way we look at the game a little bit, but overall, we think we can have a good match today, regardless of the score. I think we can give an entertaining game.
Definitely, and of course we know that Chefs are still unbeaten in the league. That's 3 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. NG, of course, they come off the back of that disappointing game against Bears for them, so they're looking to try and make a point here. I think that's a strong lineup. If you can see the lineups, any special plan today?
I think we're just kind of, try to stop, basically stop Ari, isn't it? I mean, he's like a Persian war elephant in the Battle of Thermopylae. He just batters through, and you got to try to do your best to hold off. But it's interesting because I think this is the first game Ari's put himself in the attack for this league. Maybe even the first game he's put himself in the lineup.
Yeah, it's the interesting, definitely the interesting player in that lineup. It's Ari throwing himself right back into the mix. We all know what he's capable of. People could argue that since he doesn't play as much, he's not as effective as a player. But it's dangerous to say that, isn't it? He's more than capable.
Yeah, definitely. We're not going to take him for granted. That's for sure. I mean, just because he hasn't been playing in a league doesn't mean he's not capable of doing damage.
And just on a bit of a different note, the transfer window opens back up after this game. Are you looking to do any business?
It's like Black Friday in America. We talked about it. I'm not sure if there's anybody out there specifically that we're interested in at the moment, but you never know. We've been surprised before. Maybe someone would reach out to us, or maybe a name will pop up that we didn't think of before. Not sure. At the moment, I think we're content. But it should be interesting to see who goes where, especially with the news of SWS.
Yeah, of course. I'm sure we'll the next podcast that will be discussed in depth about what happened there. There's a lot of players now who are playing for SWS who are now looking for teams. So I'm sure that there might be some movement coming soon after this game.
I think there's a lot of players in that squad who could add a lot for teams right now. They're all decent players, in my opinion. Just unfortunate with the management.
Yeah, it is a shame. And it's something that's happened before, but that's noble. Yeah. But okay, well, as I say, we were trying to keep these short. We're trying to get our Bears players in to speak. Just quickly before you go, scoreline prediction.
3-2. I'm not saying who has the upper hand there, but I think it's gonna be a 3-2 scoreline.
You got to say Chefs. Come on.
All right, Chefs.
There you go. I made you say it. But, okay, well, thanks for coming in, Josh. We're going to try quickly get a Bears player in, so thanks for coming in.
All right, cheers, JB3.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
So, we've got 4 minutes, 22 seconds before the game starts. Well, until we're going to be live, anyway. So, we're going to try and get a Bears player in. It's difficult. We don't tend to... I mean, Rhino's here. But we know what Rhino only speaks when he wants to speak. So, and yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay, big mistake. NG player, not a Bears player. Wow. So, I'm assuming Ari might come in for NG. Yeah, he's just messaged me now. So, Ari will be shortly joining us. You have to forgive me. Yeah, I sometimes talking to myself, I make mistakes. Here he comes. Oh, Ari. Big game for NG. Big game for Chefs. It's got that big match feel. Chefs unbeaten. NG, of course, we know there was the disappointing match versus Bears. What's your general thoughts going into this one?
First of all, I'm very sad about Golovko. He should have played today. I wish him the best. So that's it. It's going to be an interesting match.
Definitely. I mean, looking at the lineups, it's hard to see how you can strengthen them. Of course, I mentioned NG would normally have Javert in there if he was available.
I have to say it hasn't changed a little bit because I told my fire to take the flight to London. He apparently picked Chicago, so he cannot play. So Chavez will play right wing.
Oh, right. So that's a last minute change to the lineup.
It was not our preferences because we wanted Nightfire to play, but yeah. And honestly, he lacks in London. We're not going to try hard to play elsewhere. So they play home, so fair enough.
Cool. So you, of course, yeah, the Bears game is disappointing, but Chefs. Do you see Chefs as a better team than Bears?
Material-wise, no, but Chefs in the league is just a different thing. We can win them like 10-0 every friendly game, the non-league games. But then once it comes to the league, it's just 10 times more difficult to beat them. I still accuse them of playing bad on purpose in those games. So it's gonna be tough than people think it's gonna be.
Yeah. Was KM just not available for today?
I think he was available, but I was not happy with his recent performance.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, make of that what you will. What I did speak to Josh about this as well. The transfer window opens up after this game. We know NG are very picky on who they bring in. Are you looking to do any business?
I won't rule anything out, but there's nothing like close of happening as of now, so we have to find out. It might be, it might not. We don't know.
And
it's a very diplomatic answer.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't expect anything less of you, Ari. Don't worry. But and if you had to pick perfect scoreline, obviously you would say 10-0. But what would be your realistic scoreline that you want to take out of this game?
Clean sheet and 3 goals.
3-0 win to NG, yeah.
Yes.
I suppose that would be perfect. There not been that many clean sheets in the league. I've been interested to see, and it's nice that teams have been able to, everybody's causing each other trouble. It seems there's been a few games where it's been completely one-sided, but yeah, it's not many clean sheets going around. But you got confidence in Lay. It's their first season. in goal, I believe, for NG, is it? Or
He has played a little bit in the last league.
yeah. But you got confidence in Lay, right?
Sure.
Yeah, especially when you've got Hiei in front of the goalkeeper. That says it all. But okay, well, we got the notification that the match is about to begin, so I will let you go, Ari, and I'll see you on server.
All right.
Thank you.
Wait, Ryan's not on the server.
Sorry.
Oh, we're going live in 15 seconds. Ryan, hurry up.
So
bye.
So we'll have to quickly go through these lineups. You've got the lineups ahead of you, but as you heard from Ari's own mouth, there's been a last-minute change, and Javik goes in at right wing, which is interesting. Chefs, I've got Sean on the bench, and NG, I've got Nightfire, Atox, and Robbie on the bench, so they've got plenty of options should they need to change it up. So we are very close to kick off. I think they're just about to kick off, but there's been a delay. So I'm not sure what happened, but I think it was Rhino on the wrong server or something. Can someone tell me what's going on? Yeah. I could see him quickly joining the right server. But okay, he's on server. We're good. Kick off very, very shortly. It's solo commentary today, so I know a couple of you guys liked it last time, so I'm going to give it another go today. I'm sure I'm going to be breathless by the end of it because Chef's NG, this is going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to it. And the kickoff is in 10 seconds. So, two strong lineups. This is definitely going to be goals in this. I'll be surprised if there isn't. Phenom kicks off for us. Back to Loire Spirits. Josh putting his keeper under a little bit of early pressure, but Ari's there. Going to try and cause trouble early. Chupo plays it short, but it was cut out by Loire. Loire wide to Tet. Tet really proven himself as an attacker for Chefs. One of the most dangerous crosses of the ball, in my opinion, at the moment. As he puts one in, but it's well headed out by Duck. Don't forget, if you want to mention anything that you think should be mentioned on stream, you notice anything, just Steam PM me, and we can try and get it out there, even if it's just a shout out. I know some of you asked me for shout outs before, but you know, you've got to pay me. As Matt has a chance, just wide of the post. Just a little bit of a warning there for Chefs. It's Carito with the kickoff. Cut out by Arshavin, who's been doing a really good job in defence for NG. He's getting games there because I think he knows it's difficult to get into NG's attack. NG definitely the better of the possession so far. But as I say that, Matt gives it away and Larson brings it clear. But just overplays it as he tried to find Phenom. Arshavin with the throw in. Very long throw, went straight through to Spirits. Kine tries to push his way through, but Javit and Shagwa take it off him. Spirits cut out, bit of a poor pass by Lay, but yeah, he does a good job as usual. He cuts out Phenom's dribble. Javit, good long ball to Chupo. Chupo trying to find the cross, and he does. It's in. Spirits with a good defensive header. Javit's offside. Question just come through from an Anon. Do you feel like all SWS stats should be void? it's a tough one because I suppose it would be unfair to any of the players that actually did any good for SWS. But I can certainly see where other people are coming from. As Ari tries to force his way through. I thought there was a penalty there first, but it was Josh who actually made the foul, and no, Ari who made the foul actually, and it's cut out. Duck and Lay weren't sure which one was wanted it, but keeper made the right call to just come out and clear it. I do think, yeah, I don't think we should avoid the stats. People, who scored goals against SWS and things like that, they were legitimate goals. There was a bit of controversy in the Chefs game. We all know what happened there with the timeouts and stuff like that, or the non-timeouts. But yeah, it's something that maybe the community needs to have a discussion about, because I think there's going to be a lot of different opinions on that. I'm still not too sure about what I want to happen from it. I'll continue with the game now. Possessions just changed backwards and forwards a little bit. Spirit's getting plenty of the ball from left back as he comes forward with a customary run. Cam's not going to make that though, and the ball goes out to play. Yeah, he just tried to find Ari there, but he's overplayed it. And Kirito's just taking his time. There's no rush. Scoreline's still 0-0. And Loire, as we know, always takes his time on the ball. Slows it down for his team. Plays it to Larson, who brings that down well, because he was under a little bit of pressure from Chupo. Phenom tried to find Tet. That combo's just not quite working at the moment. Loire, that's a professional foul from Matt. He knew Loire was through. And he's picked up the yellow card early here, so he's going to have to be careful. Good clearing header by Ari, who's going to do a lot of tracking back for his team today, I think. Larson with the ball in. Phenom's there. He turns. Kie once again for his team. Brings it clear. Played the ball off the Chef's player for the throw-in. Ari now bringing it forward. He's got time. Plays it out to Javert. Javert on Spirits. Beat him. No, Spirits does well. Matt brings it forward again. But Javert's offside. He's been offside twice there now. Something they're going to have to watch out for. Kine brings it forward now, and Phenom's there. Phenom tried to find Tet. Tet's going to get there. Yeah, he does, but he's offside. Again, that combination's just not hit the ground running so far. Duck with a good ball forward to Ari. Ari tried to squeeze it through to Matt. Keeper came out and claimed it. Tet brings it forward. He's got time to cross, and you don't want that with Tet's there. Ball goes in. It's just over everyone. Dangerous cross, though. And you can bet your life that there's going to be plenty more of that in this game. Ari brings it forward. Out to Javert. Javert with time. Spirits does a good job again. Spirits is doing his job against Javert at the moment. Corner comes in. Played it wide to Matt. Javert with time to cross, and he just missed the ball. A question did come through from Kieran. Don't know why I forgot your name then, Kieran. But he says, there's a lot of SWS questions coming through. This is Chefs versus NG, but we can still answer it. What does it say? Question of all SWS players, who in your opinion will be the most sought after? It's a good question, that. I would have said Jace, but I know I know that there's a few people who are not really big fans of Jace in terms of his personality and things like that. But I do think that he is a good player. So I do think there will be people after Jace, certainly. Christie, I know a lot of people are interested in Christie, but we all know that he can only play weekends. I'm sure that won't stop people being interested in him, though. So they're the big two, I think, Christie and Jace. But yeah, I mean, let me know what you guys think. Chupo tries to go through the middle, pushed out wide. Jav it to Matt. Matt tried the shot. It's good defending from Chefs. They're doing a good job defending NG at the moment. Jav it with the corner, and it goes. Ari, oh, it was a free header. It was a free header, and that's the best chance of the game so far, I would say. Crito. Kick. It's cut out by NG. NG getting into their stride. Chupo tries to find the cross, but kind does a good job tracking back for his team. It's a good point made by Sean there. That's been the main chance, really, in the whole 35 iOS minutes that we've had so far. Spirits, he's doing a really good job on Javit. Maybe Javit a little bit rusty, doesn't play as much at the moment. Spirits is doing more than a good job to keep him out. Hiei, good ball to Ari. Ari gonna get the cross. No, it's cut out by Luar. Chupo's there. Javit. Javit the ball in. Oh, it's a good defensive header that by Josh, because Ari was there and it was close to the keeper as well. Chef's more than capable of doing their job at the moment in defence. NG bring it forward again. But Chefs are just on them like terriers at the moment to get the ball back. Spirits finds Kime. Luar's there. Luar gives it away though. Spirits is there. Does the safe option back to the goalkeeper. I think Chefs will be the happier at the moment about the scoreline. NG maybe thinking they could have done better with some of their possession that they've had. Tet just runs out of play. Certainly not had the best half so far. Ari now trying to go past Josh. Does well to find Chupo. Chupo with the ball in. Ari's there. Oh, it missed everybody. Matt's there though. Javit's there. Dangerous possession for NG in the box, but Chefs again have done a good job getting it clear. Arshavin really far up the pitch at the moment. And he does well to find Javit. Javit just holding it up. Had to go back to Hiei because there was nobody there. Matt to Javit. Javit does well to find Chupo. Chupo in. Another good defensive header by Josh. Josh doing well back there today in that centre-back role. Tet, is he going to make that? No. Tet just doesn't have the legs this half to get on the end of some of these passes. Luar through. Luar's been quite wasteful as well. I think he's letting Chefs down as the half-time whistle goes. Very, very tense half. As you can tell, there's only been one really big chance with Ari with the header. And Ari, yeah, saying why is good half a thing. Maybe that means he's not happy with the way that went. I'm hoping this game would have been exciting. It's been tense, but there's not been that many chances. There's still 45 iOS minutes of play left. So I'm hoping that this game is going to get more exciting. Let me know if you've noticed anything you want me to mention. Any questions? We can talk about SWS if you really want to. But we're 5 seconds away from another half iOS League football. And this, arguably, this This is NG's biggest game, most certainly, after that Bears result. Chefs, they want to stay unbeaten. They want that mental strength. A question come through from Rhino, and he said, do I feel that Javert and Chupo are ineffective, really, on the wings? And I've got to agree, really. We all know Chupo is a centre forward. That's his best position. Javert is a centre mid. Nightfire's making the point that they don't really have any other wingers. Matt's there now. Javert's there in the box. Good block by Spirits. Spirits has done a really good job on Javert in this game. Chupo going to get the cross in. Tried to play it across the ground for Harry. But yeah, they don't really have any other options at winger, and it's almost like a Barcelona situation where they didn't really play with wingers, they just played with like 5 midfielders. Chupo now trying to get the cross in, and Tet's back there for his team defending. You can tell that KM's a big miss with crosses for NG, because the crosses just haven't been effective today for NG. Javert finds Harry with the ball in, and Larsson's there this time. Chef's defenders really earning their pay packet if people got paid in iOS. But you know what I mean. Keim with the throw. Tet's there. Keim tried to cross it in. Again, he just kind of went for a shot. It was no good. And unfortunately, I don't want to say it, but this game is looking more and more like a 0-0 at the way it goes. But we'll see. There's still plenty of time left. Yay, he's got through from centre-back. Takes the shot and he scores from centre-back. You're not going to see that very often in the league. A centre-back just bringing it forward. He beats one man. He beats Tet. He beats Loire. He takes the shot, and Kirito's beating at his near post, and you've got to say, Kirito might be disappointed with that. He went to dive left, changed his mind, and it's the case of the commentator strikes again, because this is certainly not a 0-0 anymore. NG are 1-0 up, and this could be a big result for them. I think you've got to say they will be disappointed that centre-back, good as he is, has been able to beat 2 men and score. But they won't care where the goals come from. They're 1-0 up. Chefs now, they want to remain unbeaten. Maybe they'll start thinking that a draw will be a mentally good result if they want to stay unbeaten in this league. Sean's making a point there that Chef should be trying to make more of an effort to expose Arshavin. But it's, to be honest, Arshavin's having a fairly good season, I would say, in defence. The cross just isn't working. The Chef's utilisation of the cross just hasn't worked in this game. And to be honest, it wasn't working for NG either, so that's why that goal was a little bit of a... They just had to try something different, and he'll have been disappointed with the goal he conceded against Rhino in the league. He certainly made up for that there. Keim's trying to make his way through at the side of the box. Arshavin cuts it out well. Harry's through. He's past him. Has he got enough stamina? He's 1-on-1. Is he going to score? He does. That's 2-0. Harry basically ran the whole half of the pitch. And you've got to say, Chefs looked so solid in defence in that first half. And yeah, NG have managed to cut them open twice. Once from a centre-back and one from Harry. But there was a moment there where you thought Harry may have just ran out of stamina, but he was clever with his stamina. He had enough. He was past Josh and Larson, I believe it was back there. Chefs have got it all to do now. You should never count Chefs out, but 2-0 down against NG is not a good scoreline when it's NG. They'll just try to control this game now. I've got to say, Loire's not really been effective in this game as he can be, considering he's the key player. Ball goes in. Oh, ball's up in the air. It's in. Phenom scores. This game's going backwards and forward now. Just as I said, Loire's been ineffective. He puts the ball in. It must get blocked because the ball goes straight in the air and nobody does anything with it. Lay will probably be disappointed to be beaten, especially the ball wasn't even going that quickly. Phenom gets the goal. Loire still somehow gets the assist, even though there must have been another touch before Phenom got the header. So I'm not sure what happened there. But this game is opened back up. Ari shoots, but Rito makes a good save there. Chefs feeling like they're still got a chance now. NG, that might make them a little bit nervous. They must have thought they were cruising at 2-0, but no. One thing we know about Chefs, you should never count them out. This has been a really exciting game in the second half. First half was disappointing. Still goals in this. I can sense it. Loire with the corner. NG with plenty of men back. Ball goes in. It's well cleared though. Ball goes back in. Cleared again. Chupo just going to hold it up for his team now. NG shouldn't forget they're 2-1 up. Javert now. Ball into Ari. Oh, good save by Carito. And he jumps on the rebound. Loire tried to find Kine, but it was cut out by Hiei. Ari now bringing it forward, but Loire takes the foul. Didn't get booked as well either, so that's a clever foul. Ari now well defended by Kine. Chef's players track him back now to get the ball. Tet offside. Hiei just tried a ball over the top to Ari, but it was over. Ari straight through to Carito. Carito does well to find Phenom. Phenom tried to squeeze it through to Kine, but it was cut out. Lay with a dangerous ball. That was low, but he's lucky that that didn't get cut out earlier. Matachupo. Chupo goes wide. You can tell they're looking for the cross. Ball goes in. Ari's there, and he's scored. Ari's been the big player for NG there today. Chupo, you knew as soon as he started to go wide there, he only had eyes for putting it on Ari's head. Josh maybe will have been disappointed to have been caught out by Ari there. And NG are back to the 2-goal advantage. And Chefs now, they've got to do it all over again. They've got to get themselves back into this game. Kieran's just asked who I think the two best players, well, the best player for each team has been so far. Hang on a minute. Loire's there. Phenom's there. It's blocked. Oh, Kaim had a chance, but Lay does well to save the close shot. It's a tough one. We've got to say that Ari's probably... Oh, it's a good block by Josh. I would have definitely said if Ari had scored then, Ari's been the difference today for NG. In terms of Chefs, I probably got to say in the first half, Josh done an excellent job on Ari and defending. But it's hard to say Josh now because of the way this game's gone. To be honest, if NG win this game, with the question from Rhino there, who's just said, how do I think it'll affect the league if NG win? This could be one of the most exciting leagues we've had for a long time. I believe that will mean 3 teams are on 9 points. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's great. That's great for iOS that there's 3 teams all there. Oh, Ted's got himself sent off. What's he doing? I know it's a bit late in the game, but that's completely ruined. It's completely ruined Chef's game there. Good save by Carito. Javit had the chance to kill the game off. But Tet must be just a bit frustrated there. Unless he didn't realise he had a yellow. I don't know what he's doing there. But NG now, they'll be in cruise control. Because you play against NG with a man less, they'll just pass it round. They don't need to attack now. Maybe they smell blood. Ball goes in, Javit's there. And again, I was completely wrong. NG wanted that other goal and they got it. And you've got to say, that's game over. Chupo is trying to make the case for man of the match. 2 great crosses in. Javit, great header. Carito had no chance. And it's 4-1. And NG have just turned on the style this half. They knew it was a disappointing first half. And they've changed. They completely turned it round in this half. And you've got to say it is a completely game of 2 halves. Chefs will have been the happier team going in for the first half. NG have got to be happy with the way this has turned out now. And Javit with another cross in. Matt scores. What's happened? What's happened to Chefs? Like, I don't know. It's disappointing because Chefs is a team who beat Bears 6-1, wasn't it? The other day. And now they're looking at a scoreline in the reverse. Because there's still time for NG to get more goals here. Matt gets a goal for himself. Javit now sitting on a goal and an assist. They're all trying to get that man of the match for today. Because I'm not sure who's going to... I can't really decide who's going to be man of the match now. We can discuss that after. Chefs trying to get themselves just something to cheer about. Ball goes in. Lay does well. Got to say, Lay's been quite impressive today. Javit now bringing it clear. They want another goal. Javit shoots. Carito does well to stop it. Chefs now are looking to get something to cheer about. Keim's there. Oh, that's a good tackle by Chupo because Keim would have had enough chance to shoot there, I think. And Larson, just a bit desperate, tried to find Keim, I think, but it was nowhere near him. As this game is just edging out now. NG, want another. Matt's there to finish it off. It's a goal. I say finish it off. The game was more than over, but Matt's got himself 2 goals now. It's going to be so difficult to pick a man of the match for this one. I think Rhino's got a question, has he? Oh, question come through. What are your thoughts on head-to-head instead of goal difference? I don't know, like, goal difference in iOS, I've never really been a fan of it because of the way teams can just be beaten sometimes, like 10-0. Teams fold and, things like that. Head-to-head seems to make more sense because, Bears, let's take Bears, for example. Bears got beat 6-1, wasn't it, by Chefs? Now, that was a bit of a shock result. But that's not to say Bears are a bad side. Do you know what I mean? Like, Bears could beat Chefs in their next game. Yet, if it was goal difference, that 6-1 would punish them. Tell me if I'm talking rubbish, but I just think head-to-head makes a bit more sense to me. I don't know. Let me see what you guys think. But there's the full time. And yeah, this game, after looking like it was going to be a bit of a, let's use the word, it looked like it was going to be a boring game after the first half. But that game come alive. There's lots to talk about, and I'm looking forward to getting some people in for some post-match interviews. So please stick with us, and we will get the discussion going. I will see who wants to come in. Let's see. I'll ask Ari if NG want to come in first. But yeah, this league now, it's going to be so. This has got potential to be one of the best leagues. I know I'm repeating myself, but I really want to stress that we'll have 3 teams sitting on 9 points, and I can't remember the last time where we had 3 teams challenging for the league. There's been 2 teams challenging that I can remember, and that was obviously Bears and NG. Chefs are up there, although they got beat today. Chefs are still a really good side, and they will be looking to correct this result today against Phoenix. So that'll be up to us to stop them. But I'm going to see who I can get in. I'll ask Josh, because Ari's not replied to me yet. He wants to come in, or if he wants to send Tet in, or something like that. But I think going back to the man of the match discussion, it's a tough one. Like, I can see a lot of people saying Hie, and I kind of agree. He scored the important goal. He made a dribble from centre back. He beat 2 men. It was the opener. He defended as well as he always does. I can't. Javert and Chupo, although they did contribute well in the second half, I think they had a poor first half, which kind of think should put them out of the discussion. Ari did well to score the 2 goals, but you've got to say that they were put on a plate for him, really. The 1-on-1 was good, but the header was a good cross by Chupo or Javert. I think I'm going to say Hie for the man of the match. I think he defended well. He got the crucial goal. His goal was fantastic. I think he fully deserves that man of the match. But it's not for me to decide. I believe it'll be the panel that'll decide that, referee, admin, stuff like that. So we'll find out soon who got the man of the match. I think Ari's going to come in first because Josh hasn't replied to me. So we're going to get in very shortly. Hello, Ari.
Hello, I'm first for once.
Yeah, I know you like to be second, but you're first today, and why not be first? Because that's a great result for NG, considering that first half very, very tense, and it's understandable. There's a lot riding on this game today, and what's your opinion, just generally, on how that game panned out?
Well, the result we take all day long. The game could have been a lot better, to be fair. It's crazy to say it's 1-6 win, but I felt like we didn't do good enough, especially on the offensive end again. But it had also to do with some players are not used to certain positions. So I think that sums it up. And also, it didn't help that NF couldn't play on the server because he was supposed to play today. But they play home, so fair enough.
Yeah, it's a good point. It was noticed by a few people in the chat and things like that. Chupo and Javid, we all know they're not wingers, but so I think the first half that's shown. The crosses that went in, they weren't hitting the target, and it was kind of why, if the person who was going to score first today, it was going to be an individual solo effort, special goal, and it certainly was. What do you think about that goal by Hiei?
He bailed us out. That's it pretty much.
It was one of them, like, you almost couldn't believe it when it was happening, because we know he likes to get forward, but he beat two men. He beat Tet, he beat Loire, and then he still had enough stamina to run through on goal. And yeah, he just beat Carito at the near post, and it's why I've kind of think he should get man of the match. It's not for me to decide, but I'm sure we'll find out soon who been picked for man of the match with that.
If I had a vote, I'll agree with you. So, I mean, what's there to say? I mean, he's amazing.
He certainly is, because that's the thing as well. Although he got the goal and it was a great goal and things like that, he done the job defensively as well today. Tet and Phenom kept very quiet today. Tet, who we know puts a dangerous cross in, was completely non-existent, really, in terms of crossing and chances made, and I think he got a bit frustrated with himself and got himself sent off. I don't know what that was about, but I'm sure we'll try and find out when we get a Chef's player in after.
I think it's when we try to correct our mistakes when you had the ball, and then you think with the tackle you save it, but then you don't. I had one moment as well in the beginning with Josh. Luckily for me, it was not a yellow card, so the NG bias is right there. But yeah.
Page ref, yeah. But so yeah, the league now, we were talking about it earlier on. Well, I was on my own, but I was talking about it earlier on. There's 3 teams now on 9 points. That's not seen that for a very long time in iOS. That's got to be good for the game, hasn't it?
It certainly is. We had to win this one, otherwise Chefs was going away with this. From us, at least. I don't know what Bears will certainly have something to say, but we had to win this, so I'm glad we did.
Yeah, and coming up next for, I'm assuming the fixtures are going to get changed.
Yeah, it's a bit...
Because it would have been Shall We Score?
Yeah, and then Chefs again, so we'll actually have played them twice quick, but that might change again, so yeah, all what you see from now on is will change, yeah.
Okay. I'm sure we'll get an announcement on that as soon as so.
Yeah, definitely.
But okay, well, I won't keep you that much longer then. I will just say congratulations, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So that was Ari. As you can tell, you can't always tell with Ari, but I'm sure he will have been happy with that game in the at the end of the day, because that's a big win. Puts them all on 9 points at the top of the table now, and it's blown the league right back open again. Stick with us, because we're going to try and get a Chef's player in next. I know they will be. They probably won't be. They're not going to be happy at all, are they, with that result? So could be difficult to get someone in, but we'll try. Usually, Tet or Josh would be interested in speaking to us, so we'll see what we can do about that. Still no announcement yet on the man of the match, I believe, but I won't be I'll be surprised if it's anybody other than most people seem to agree he was the difference in terms of the crucial goal and defensively, the headers out, stopping the crosses. But you gotta say, it's good. It is good. It's good for iOS. that we've now got a more open league. I mean, not trying to say anything, but we're not far behind on 6 points. But I wouldn't say that we were in challenging for the title. But it's nice to be on the heels of the teams above you, because it makes things interesting. Puts that little bit of mental pressure on. I've still had no reply, by the way, from a Chefs player, so I don't know whether they are not very happy with the situation at the moment. I'll guess I'll try Tet, and if Tet doesn't want to come, then unfortunately I've not got a post-match interview for you with Chefs. But I think Loire is going to come in. This be interesting. Let me see if I can drag him in. I don't think I can do it. Can somebody drag Loire in for me? Hello, mate. Yeah, thanks for coming in, because we were trying to get. I asked Josh, and Josh wouldn't reply to me. But,
yeah, I was in here for like 3 or 4 minutes waiting.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah, it's after that first half. I'm sure Chefs must have felt like this game was definitely still right. Right available there for the win. And what went wrong?
I think it was just the first goal was probably the crucial one in this game. It sort of like swayed it in their favour. I think as soon as that goal in, we just got our heads dropped, even though we didn't really seem it like talking on the mics, but we could just see it just went. We just dropped that bit.
Yeah, I can understand, because it was a bit of a surprising goal, as you can imagine. His centre back beating 2 people, scoring at the near post. Like it's. I can imagine that would take the wind out of you a little bit, but I mean, I've got to say, like, the first half, like, I thought NG were poor, but it wasn't because they were playing poor. I just think Chefs did a really good job stopping them. Spirits was doing an excellent job on
Spirits
Javits.
was amazing. It's just that unexpected goal from centre back. We thought, most of us thought he was going to run out of stamina, so we all closed him, and it just left that gap.
Yeah, that's. I think I was thinking that too. You think when they're running from that far down the field, you think surely they're going to run out of stamina eventually. But he must have had that little bit extra in the tank just to get away
when he needed it.
Yeah,
but we probably could have cut him off a bit quicker, but then we'd have left someone else free. No one thought he was going to score from there. So it's one of them surprise.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that because of that result, it means that Chefs have lost their unbeaten streak. But it's still not all doom and gloom for Chefs. Chefs are sitting there at the top with 9 points each with Bears and NextGen. It just means it's going to be much more exciting now, I think, at the league. Like, Chefs would have had, unless the fixtures get changed around, which could happen, Chefs would have been up against Phoenix in the cup and then in the league. So that would have been a good double header.
Folded, so we lose our 3 points. Everyone's lost their points against them, I think. That's what I've heard. So we're 6 points now.
Oh, so that means we're only on 3 points.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah. And NT are on 0 points again, lads.
Well, it was a nice while it lasted, NT, wasn't it?
Celebrations cut short.
Oh, but anyway, it's one of them games, you got to brush it off. Like, Chefs, they beat Bears 6-1, wasn't it, the other day? Now they're on the back of a 6-1 loss.
Yeah.
It's just the way it seems to be in iOS at the moment. People seem to have a really good chance against each other.
Yeah. Well, because we beat Bears, this result we could afford to lose, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And seeing as Bears beat NG, that was even better, because now we're pretty much, if we can beat you guys, I'm not saying we're going, but if we do, then we're all on the same point. So it's square one. So it's back to being 0-0, and we've got to go again second half of the season.
Yeah, that's it. I've said earlier on, like it's been a long time since I've seen a freeway. sorry for the terminology, but a freeway at the top of the league. But
Yeah.
no, it's good. Just a quick one. Who would you have if you'd have been able if in that first half? Because I did think Chefs did really well. Who was your player of the half then?
I'd probably say Spirits. I thought
Yeah.
Spirits was pretty on point in that first half.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there. And as we know, just to let you all know, the transfer window is now open. I've always wanted to say that, but Chefs. I did ask Josh this before, but he was cagey.
Yeah.
Anyone who Chefs are looking at?
I look at the SWS team and I don't really see anyone that would improve us. So I don't feel the need to touch any of them.
Yeah.
If I'm honest, like obviously NT, maybe you guys can pinch a couple of good players from there. Like even Jace is a good player, but he got a bit of reputation apparently of being a bit of a dick. So I've heard from many people. I always ask about him, but he's a good player, but apparently his reputation is very bad.
Yeah, and just a little bit of breaking news that's just come through to me. Seen as though the window's straight open. Smithy has joined NT, so
nice.
Smithy's returned home. Let's hope he doesn't sabotage it like he did last time. But I'm not saying anything.
That's the fifth team I think he's left. What is it? Yeah, about 4 or 5 teams now. If you count the going back and forth, fifth time.
Yeah, that seems to be the way it is in this community. People go backwards and forwards. It's really hard to get a team that sticks together, which is one thing I can say about Chefs. To the credit, they've got a bunch of guys there, and I'm hoping to try and replicate that in my own team. Like there's a bunch of guys there who want to play for each other, and that's all you need.
I think it's just because even off iOS, we're always playing games with each other, other things. So I think it just brings us all closer together. So that's why we've got that team chemistry. Yeah. Not like other teams, they just like iOS, that's it for them. I got 1 or 2 friends in the team and everyone doesn't really get on. I can pretty much say everyone gets on with everyone in Chef, so it's a nice atmosphere to play in.
Yeah. So I'll let you go anyway, Loa, because I know you'll be wanting to play League of Legends or something. But thanks for coming in to join us, because as I say, I didn't see you there, but thanks for coming.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Well played, NG. Good game. See you later.
Take care. So there you have it. NG run out 6-1 winners today against Chefs, and you've got to say it wasn't looking like a result like this could have happened at halftime, and it makes the iOS League one of the most exciting for a long time, I've got to say. Because of the way the fixtures are getting messed around a little bit at the moment, I'm not sure when I'm going to see you next, or whoever it's going to be commentating. The Cup games are going to be the next games. There would have been a game on Thursday. That would have been Phoenix v Chefs. So if the Cup's untouched, it's possibly the next game, I believe. But otherwise, thanks for joining us, and I will see you around very soon. Bye-bye, everybody.